So we are on the Tuesday, 22 of October, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about fades, how to fade gaps. This is a little reminder maybe on the Facebook seminar that most of you, some of you did. We tried a nice short on NTAP today, closed it very early, about 0.6, 0.7 loss. That's what was officially called in the room, but let's see what's up now on the charts here, and we'll talk about a little bit about VMW, which was the best fade today, and that's all starting from the daily chart on this one. Okay, oh no, I don't need this arrow. Don't need any of those. Okay, so the VMW, this is the daily chart, and look at this. This is a beautiful location on VMW, and that's what we are looking for on when we are basically fading a gap. We are looking for location. That was lesson number 1 on the Facebook seminar, and that was a beautiful location on VMW, and that was the top of our fading list. There were a couple more. I had Netflix, KMB, NAS also had a nice setup. Lexmark, LXK that Ran was mentioned. I didn't like this one so much, but the other ones were really good, and I love the most this one. I actually like the most the VMW. Okay, so back to VMW intraday chart. Sorry. Let's look at the 1 minute of this one. Zoom out a little bit, and I will go to the beginning of the day. So this one starts, first candle is surging higher for around the location area 1960. It actually printed on the beginning of the day 1975. 1960 was that daily location that we saw, and it kind of created a base under the 90 area, which was a pretty nice one. Under the 90, stop 90.75, 75 cents. You need to take into consideration here. I think there were nicer entries on this one, like when it ran higher here to this area. Okay, when it came back to the 90 area and created a base that was a $1. But if you saw the action here and showed it against the 90 and added later, that was pretty good find for a short entry against the 90 area, which was a very nice pivot. If you look at this chart is a 15 including pre-market. I will zoom in a little bit on this one and just look at this. Okay, we had a very nice pattern going into the pre-market. We had a nice run. Okay, we had a range here 91 to 92. It faded lower to the 90 area and ran higher at exactly the beginning of the day. First 15 minutes we're into that location on the daily. That all action from the pre-market is not shown, of course, on the daily chart, so we just see the location and from there we are going. So that was the VMW in the pre-market. I really liked it, and it created a small base here, which signaled us that the 90 area was a good pivot to short again. So if you understand that, and after the fact some of you guys were in this trade, I don't know where you take it. If you want to share, you're more than welcome. But that one higher here to this area of the 90, that was my idea for a short sum, and then add into this position below that 89, maybe showed it at 89.71 at the beginning, or when it came back, Praveen. This is the 2 minutes at the beginning. Okay, so you took the G1 fade here. Okay, the G1 fade here, which was pretty nice. Yeah, okay, the G1 fade was pretty nice. This area of the G3 was pretty nice. And when you look at the daily chart of this one, you had a lower target, 85, 86 was my target. So to take 25, 50, 75 cents on this trade is totally fine. Totally fine. You just need to be mentally strong enough to go to these areas and to hold, not to look too much on your dollars, but to hold it until it reaches your targets, 2 hours, 4 hours, and you can make very big on this move to the 85 area. Look at this. This was a beautiful downtrend. Okay, just a beautiful downtrend on this one. Look how it goes. Now it kind of took this this downtrend, but before that it was just beautiful. Every point here, this one, this area. Okay, change the color on this one. This area against the trend line was the short. That was the hardest one. Why? That was the hardest one because in this area you still don't know if this will be a new uptrend that will develop or this is the continuation of the downtrend. But in this area, this is quite clear already. In this area, it's clear already. In this area, it's clear, and then you can just be stopped out. But yeah, it was hard to trail because it was very spready at times. We will see NAS in a second. NAS was even harder. And first, it was very spready, and second, it had very big stops. But an hour, it's an hour. It doesn't matter if it's 10 cents or 5 cents or 50 cents. As long as you got good risk reward opportunities, you're good to go. Okay. So the big difference between NUS, NAS, and VMW, this one has no location on the daily chart, right? It's just gapping into a void area. For me, it's a pretty big gap. Since July, it was at $70 and now it's 120. It's more a fade than a bullish gap. But yes, you're exactly right, Bill. There is no location on this one. And look what this one did. It just went lower to this area and came back where to this pivot point. In the 2 minutes it might be clear. This area of the 117 became some kind of an area to watch, and then it went down to that 112. Okay, so we had a nice tight range in this area to take a short. Tight range, it was 75 to 80 cents, and both me and Juan looked at it real time and we just saw it dropped from 116.85 to 116.40, 30. So basically need to short it against the resistance before the trigger. I can't in a stock like this or in the VMW that we saw, just write a trigger in the room like I did with NTAP. Below 116, stop 117. It will not work. Those two trades, because the stocks were very volatile and very spready, high beta stocks, momentum stocks, and in play today after earnings or whatever they had, you need to know what you are doing, and Provin is a good example. G1 fade, you saw it, there's location. We talked about it, Ran talked about it at pre-market recap. Boom, you're in, no questions asked. Okay, that was a very nice one. So those are NAS and VMW, two great fading idea, and actually when I'm looking at the shorts that we had today, the COH, the TXN, the NTAP, the EMC, which short worked? The market tapped at 176 area and went down to 175 on the SPY. The fades worked all day. The Netflix, the VMW, the KMB, the Lexmark, the NAS for sure. Those were the best trades today, the fades, and today was a fading day. And if you got one of them, it's pretty good. Is my volume too low? Just tell me. Okay.